Hello, this is Lynn Swearingen. I want to take a couple of minutes to help you know questions that you can ask so that you know how to choose a hypnotherapist and make an informed choice. Of course, you want to know about their training, their credentials, their expertise. But you also want to know that there is a connection, a rapport between you and the person you choose. So opening up a conversation with a number of questions will help you to determine if that connection is there. You want to know that you feel comfortable with this person, that you feel there is a rapport and a connection, and that they have your best interests at heart, and that the two of you can openly communicate. So the first thing to ask is, where and how were they trained in hypnosis? Now, they may have gone to an academy or a school of hypnosis, but there are not that many around, and there are other ways to get trained, so don't get hung up on that. Were they trained in a school, or were they trained by an individual who is certified in hypnosis by an umbrella association, someone who has been trained specifically to be certified in hypnosis? And the next thing you want to know is if they belong to an umbrella association, a hypnosis association in which they have a membership, and they have to renew that membership every year, meeting certain credentials, criteria. For instance, I belong to the National Guild of Hypnotists. This is the oldest professional hypnotic organization. Very credible, with over 20,000 members worldwide, and they were the first organization to create a standardized curriculum so that you know that if you were to go to them and ask for someone, names of people in your area to check out, they wouldn't recommend one over another. That wouldn't be right. But you know that anyone they recommend has received exactly the same training, and they have been trained to be competent hypnotists and to go out and establish themselves in the field professionally. And it also means that they have to adhere to a strict code of ethics. The next thing is, are they licensed by the state, or are they registered as a business in the city they practice in? Most states don't require licensing. They know that hypnosis is a professional self-regulating group, that there are, we do have this strict code of ethics, and we do keep our memberships intact, on track. And so there isn't licensing required in California and in most places. But if there is, if it's a requirement, they'd better have it. Also, whether or not there is licensing, they should have they should be registered as a business. I'm registered as a business in San Francisco. That's prominently shown in my office, and it's renewed every year. And that lets you know that this is a practice. It's professional. It's a business. It's a going concern. It isn't me dabbling in hypnosis, and it's not a hobby. You might be interested in whether or not they have training in psychology, medicine, social work, dentistry. Those may be relevant to what concerns or problems you're looking to address with hypnotherapy. They may have no relevance at all, but they also help you to engage in a conversation where you can get that sense of rapport and connection. There are doctors, there are mental health people who do a bit of hypnosis in their offices, but quite often they're just doing visualization. They haven't been trained in hypnosis, they've just learned a little bit about it. You want to make sure, if you want in-depth help with hypnotherapy, that the person you go to has been certified by a credible organization. Now, you may be interested, if they are professionals in other fields, in their postgraduate education, where they went, what they majored in, and again, this gives you a sense of their competence, their level of expertise, their experience, but it's also engaging in another level of conversation where you're sensing whether or not that connection and that rapport is there. What professional organizations do they belong to outside of hypnosis? It's important that they belong to at least one, and maybe more than one, hypnosis association, and be a member. But being a member of organizations or clubs within your community is a very good sign. It means that the person you're talking to is giving back to the community, is actually connecting with other leaders, and able to have access to leadership in the community, and also to give back in some way. Here's a question that most people never think about. Do you have a mentor? Who does hypnosis for the hypnotist? Where does that person go to get the same level of skills and help and benefits for themselves? And everybody needs a mentor. And the most successful people, and people that you've heard of or admire, they have a mentor. And sometimes you outgrow a mentor, and then you find another one for different purposes. But having a mentor is an important thing. And it shows that that person is continually growing and evolving. How long have they been in practice? Now, this is a little bit tricky. I myself wouldn't want to go to somebody who has less than 2 or 3 years of experience. I want them to have had experience, enough experience to have some client, a grounding of clients that they've already worked with and evolving as a new hypnotist. But some less experienced hypnotists are naturally and intuitively really good at what they do from the very beginning, so you don't want to rule them out. Again, you want to ask the questions and get a sense of the rapport, the connection. You may feel that someone who has less experience in terms of years or clients actually connects better with you and will give you what you want more than that other person who's been in practice for years. It's very important to sense this. If you choose someone who hasn't been in practice very long, but you feel really strong reasons why you want to try that person and give them a chance, it doesn't mean that you can't go to someone else if you don't get what you need. So don't rule them out. Give people a chance. What are your fees? Well, how do you accept payments? Do you have discounted packages or payment plans? I am very transparent about my fees. They're on my website, and I let everyone know exactly what my fees are. And I have various packages. I also have hardship rates and special rates for instance, military people. So I'm transparent about my fees, and my clients appreciate that. They feel that I'm there for them, and everything is upfront. Some people will not reveal their fees. Get a sense of your feelings about that when you're talking to somebody. And then insurance, and that always comes up. Do you accept insurance? No hypnotherapist is going to process insurance claims. They're not going to do that for you. However, if you are covered by your insurance company, ask them if they will provide a professional invoice on letterhead with the insurance code. It's called a V code for hypnotherapy. That's what you would need to present. And I think that really covers it all. You may have your own questions that I didn't bring up. The important thing is start that conversation. Find out if this seems to be the best fit for you, and then make an informed decision. And remember, hypnosis is the most valuable tool to unleash your inner brilliance and love your life again. Thank you.